Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I just would like to take the time to just share a few things that have been on my mind with you today to give you something to think about. And a few things that I've just found out myself after viewing some stuff on YouTube. I guess the first thing I want to say is to our black president, Mr. Obama, okay? Uh, Personally, I hope that the Republicans allow the fiscal cliff to happen. Because I think what will happen is a lot of you white folks out there, and I don't hate white people, so let me straighten that out right away. What I don't like is the fact that you don't like us. Whether they're darker than me, lighter than me, or as I am. But the one thing that I found out in my 59 years here on this earth in the United States, it may be better than some countries, but most countries treat their people a lot better than here in the United States. The only difference is in other countries when they're fighting, they kill each other and they kill kids. So that shows you the mentality that they have when they talk about their God. And then in the same breath, they say, go kill them. And it doesn't make any difference whether or not they're toddlers, babies, teenagers, or adults. They just kill. But they talk about God. But getting back to Mr. Obama and this fiscal cliff, the reason that I say I hope it happens is because of two things. One, you will actually realize that these white folks that, for the most part, govern this United States are nothing but crooks. Greedy crooks at that. They will sell their mother for $1. And now they're getting ready to sell all of us to China. Okay? The second thing is that all you white folks that have no power and want to get out here and act crazy and claim that you like us will end up in the same situation that we have been struggling for all our lives, which is equal opportunity, because it will be gone. All those breaks that you had, all those credits that you got, all that will be down the tube. You will have to pay those high prices without any incentives, without any credits, just like we've been doing from the beginning. And I hope it hits home. And then just maybe that melting pot that they were talking about, you will come to common sense to make sense, because for the most part, just like my site, it doesn't make sense that we've had to go through this all this time and allow our senators, our congressmen, our presidents, prior to Mr. Obama, to open up so many loopholes that we allowed a country to come in here and take over. It was one thing to get things from Mexico. It was one thing to get things from China. It was one thing to get things from all these other places overseas. and bring them to our country and sell. And then we could make a profit to make a living, to take care of our kids and our family, and get an education. It will all be for naught, believe me. Tuition goes up, gas and electric bills goes up, all your tax credits go up, and your paycheck didn't go anywhere. If you're anything like me, I just gave 3 years of furloughs. They give us 2%. Give you an idea, okay? They give us a 2% raise. Then they turn around and they furlough us for 5 to 7 days. So that meant that we were off, not willingly, with no pay. And believe it or not, it was more for the cities to get back in companies than it was for our raise. Then our health care goes up. Now we have to pay for Express Script even if we don't use it. That part I really don't mind, because that's giving something back, to the point where we're trying to give people that don't have jobs a way to have some type of insurance and prescription care. We're paying into. And if they get a job, then they'll pay into it. That's if it's even and spread it around the board. Whether or not this is just a city thing, I don't know yet. I haven't asked too many people about it, but I'm looking into it. I say all this to say this. You know, we talk about other countries and what they do. And one thing that I've seen is that in the U.S. of A., they are the biggest, our politicians are the biggest hypocrites in the world. They come around when they need your vote. They tell you they're going to give you this and give you that. And then the whole time they're in the back room scheming up some plan how to fill their pockets, so that way when they retire, they'll be able to keep their home, buy new cars, put their kids through school. And if you don't believe me, then you take a toll of how many blacks, how many people basically get put into prisons that work for nothing. They don't just make license plates, believe me. I was helping an ex-girlfriend out that started a business called Fashion Mirage that I invested into. And at the same time, when we were trying to get the product started, we went to the prison system in order to try to get the product made. Only because the product was a little risque that they didn't take that task on. But prisons make money doing a lot of things that we don't know about. Our congressmen, our senators, our House of Representatives, things that you don't know is that when they do one full term, ladies and gentlemen, they get a pension for the rest of their life. And we have to work 20, 30 years if there's a job available. So as I say, I hope this fiscal cliff does take effect, so everybody in the United States will understand that the people that are up there in your Congress, your White House, your senators, the House of Representatives, the Ways and Means Committee, all these people, they're not for you. They're for themselves. Anytime everybody else can turn around and take a break in pay, take increases in taxes and food, all this stuff that we need to survive, and you mean to tell me somebody that's making $250,000 or more can't drop their incentives in order to help the United States get back on its feet and help its people. Like I said, that shows how selfish white people are. You will see me real soon in a different environment on Does It Make Sense? Because one thing that I think that all blacks and all whites and all people of color should read is the Willie Lynch Papers, The Making of a Slave. I will break it down in terms that maybe you'll understand in everyday life what has been done to you and the nonsense that's going on out here. So this has been 10 minutes, and I know your attention span only really lasts about 2.5, but hopefully somebody took the time to listen to this, and there will be more to come. Other than that, you folks have a great day, and stand in the mirror and ask yourself when you wake up in the morning, due to the fact that you have to go to work for those who have a job, and those that have to go look for work who don't have a job, and all of y'all that sit around and sell drugs to your own people, just ask yourself, why am I doing what I'm doing? And ask yourself, does it make sense? Because that's the bottom line. Everything that you do, you need to ask yourself, does it make sense before you do it? Other than that, Mr. Obama, more power to you. Congratulations for a second term. Because as they say, they did not want and expect a black man in the White House, especially to do a second term. I applaud you. And I applaud all the people who put you there. Because we know that you're there to close a lot of those loopholes. I just hope that at the end, you remember that we, the people, us black people, need some of this extra incentives that you claim that you're going to take care of. And one of the incentives that I need you to look at very, very closely is the fact that black people are being killed by the police department in big numbers. Let's forget about the black on black crime. Let's look at the police department and police brutality, plus the murders that they commit, that they've been getting away with. We need to put an end to it. Y'all have a great day. And like I said, does it make sense that we even have to go through this? Peace.